If you can't just say the basic name for something, you gotta be like trioxidite, sulfuric, tipotinate, like, we not eating it. Hey loves, it's me, Ashanae Shabri, and in this video, I'm about to tell y'all how I was able to convince my brain to really dive into being vegan, vegetarian, eating more healthy style meals versus, the fast food, chicken, beef, a lot of dairy. I do make a lot of other content. If you guys want to see my journey on how I was able to lose weight, 10 pounds, juicing, healthy meals, make sure to subscribe and also follow the link right above to stay tuned to my health journey. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. So number one, the first thing really is just finding different meals and recipes, snacks, things that you like. Let's say like ramen noodles, trying to find like a ramen noodle substitute, or trying to find like chicken substitutes, just different things that you know that you actually enjoy eating. Because I remember when I first started, I really did not enjoy eating salads like that. And then I was like, okay, I'm just going to convert fully. And all I'm going to eat is like salads and things that I know I genuinely just did not want to eat. So whenever I would make it, I'm just like, I don't want to eat these things. I don't enjoy eating them. I mean, I feel like when you don't enjoy eating something, you about to be super quick into converting back to your old ways and going and getting that fast food, going out to eat, buying you some chicken. I would say first and foremost, really, really diving in, seeing, okay, like what are some of the things I like to eat? Say for instance, if you're a big Taco Tuesday person, instead of, the beef, find like a beef alternative, walnuts and mushrooms to make my ground beef. And I know you're probably like, oh my gosh, that doesn't sound good. But in reality, once you season it up and cook it, you'll be like really surprised on how similar they are. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are just kind of like, well, why are y'all imitating certain foods? And my answer to that is, when you are trying to convert from not eating dairy or not eating animal products, you're kind of still wanting to eat things that are familiar to you. If you've grown up eating chicken, it's like, well, how out of nowhere are you just not going to want to eat those things? You still want to eat them. You're just not eating them because the side effects, or we'll dive into that later, but there's reasons why you may not want to still be eating those things. Okay, so diving into number two is just discovering how these meals make you feel. So I know when I was first starting, and then still today, if I'm just juicing, just seeing like, okay, how do I feel when I'm just juicing? I had tried keto one time, for example, where it's just like mainly like meat. And I just remember feeling like sick. Like, I love eating meat, but I remember doing keto and just being like, oh my gosh, like I don't want to eat meat. Like, it just did not make me feel good at all. So really just kind of discovering like, okay, when I eat these certain things, how do I feel after I eat them? And this is even with healthy foods, because you really get to dive in to see like how things are making you feel. And even, for instance, I used to have like IBS. So I was told that I couldn't eat onions, I couldn't eat garlic, I couldn't eat apples. And then if you guys actually follow along with my health journey, I eat a ton of apples. Everything I eat pretty much has onions in it, garlic in it, and I'm not having any stomach issues. So pretty sure those are things I can eat. And there have been numerous of other things as far as like the low food map that I was told that I would not be able to eat, but I'm eating just fine. So just kind of like actually being able to really understand yourself and what works for your body. Also, I've noticed just like my mood and my energy. So those are like big things that I feel like really, really, really big impact on you to keep going to be vegan or be vegetarian, when you notice like, hey, I do have more energy, or I am happier. For number three, I feel like this is a really big one. This is just kind of understanding like, why are you deciding to go vegan? Why are you deciding to go vegetarian? This really kind of helps you dive into like, what are you doing it for? Are you doing it just to see like, hey, am I disciplined enough to stop eating these things? Or like maybe you have like a major health problem that you're trying to combat or trying to fix. So now you're like, okay, let me try different alternative types of diets to see if maybe whatever disease or issue you have goes away. Again, like I said, I did have IBS. I don't have no IBS anymore. It's crazy because I promise y'all, when I used to watch old videos, I would hear people say stuff like that, but I would be like, like, I don't know. until you start doing that stuff yourself, it is so crazy. Like, I was told by doctors that I could not eat. Like, I am legit eating these things, and like, I'm vlogging every day, y'all, so y'all see me eating these things. I'm not constipated. I don't have diarrhea. Like, I'm pooping just fine. TMI, sorry. But just being like very real and transparent with you guys, like, no issues. So that is just one of the biggest things. And then also, you might just be doing it because you do want to help the planet. You do want to stop, the massacre of so many animals. Again, just kind of figuring out like what are your reasons for switching, and this can also really help you to stay on track. Okay, guys, so number 5 is patience, patience, patience. I cannot say this enough. Like, if y'all check out my channel, I have been doing different types of diets for years now, and it is definitely takes patience, because you might be going strong for a good month, 2 months when you first start, and then now all of a sudden your friends come into town, or you go on a vacation and you like, dang, or your birthday come around, you like, shoot, let me get a piece of meat, let me get some chicken. You might just have a moment where it's like, dang, like, I really miss those things. And we're human, so you eat it. And I just say to have like patience with yourself, and not just being super hard or down on yourself if you do happen to slip up and like eat fast food one day or eat chicken one day. Just get back on the wagon, or just be like, okay, maybe once a year, every 3 months, you do eat some of those things. Because I'm not one of those people where I feel like you should just cut yourself off completely if you still enjoy eating things. I just don't think you should probably keep eating something, in my opinion, if it is giving you problems with your body. This is a whole process. So if you weren't born on eating this way, it is kind of hard just to like automatically snap and be like, okay, I'm vegan now. Like, sometimes it don't work like that. So this kind of slips into number 6, which is if you do happen to slip up and you do eat some like fast food or restaurant food or meat or dairy or whatever, I would just say, when I say it's a difference in taste, like, it is really a difference in taste, especially when you have been like cooking your own meals. You'll really start to taste the difference. It's kind of like being like a wine connoisseur. You can start to tell the difference in the taste of wine. Things you used to like really, really like eating or enjoyed eating, you may taste it and be like, I'm not really messing with it. Like, this just don't taste right. So those are another thing, or those are other things that I've realized that have really like helped me be like, nah, this ain't it. Like, whenever I make my food, it don't taste like this. I don't feel this way. It does depend on what type of like vegan, vegetarian person you're trying to be, because if you're one of those people where you think you're just about to be eating processed foods, frozen foods from all the grocery stores, or potatoes every day, and that's vegan and you're gonna feel better, it's like, no. Like, you still about to be constipated, you still gonna be feeling tired, you're probably still gonna have stomach issues, health issues. Those are just things where it's like, okay, you've been cooking for a couple weeks and now you just kind of burnt out and you like, let me grab something real quick. That's what those things are for. Those are not, in my opinion, things that you are literally incorporating into every meal, because they're still processed. Like, they still have to put stuff in them to keep them frozen, to make them last a long time while they're sitting in the stores. And then again, I'm just kind of turning into one of those people, like, if I can't see how it's made, who making it, what all they put in it, if I don't understand what word I'm reading on the box, like, no. Like, if you can't just say the basic name for something, you gotta be like trioxidite, sulfuric, tapatinate, like, we not eating it. So okay, so then that goes into, I think we're on number 7, I believe. So now you want to make sure that you are starting to incorporate more of like the fruits and veggies and nuts and different things, when you really start diving in, that are known to help certain parts of your body, are things that boost your immune system. You're pretty much teaching yourself about yourself. Like, you're finding out what things are good for your body and actually being able to digest them and then see the results from how you feel. You really get to like figure out creative ways to make yourself eat things, which I feel like is cool, especially if you have kids, because you're really getting to like make your own popsicles, make your own different snacks, make your own candy bars. For me personally, it's like, okay, if I chop up fruit, put it in a fruit bowl or a container, I'm more likely to eat it than just having like full pieces of fruit in the fridge. Or I can make a smoothie and that's how I'm getting my fruits. Or say, for instance, if you like, I don't like vegetables, it's like, okay, we'll put that stuff in a juicer, juice it up. And if you enjoy drinking juice, which I'm sure a lot of people enjoy drinking juice, you'll be surprised on how these juices literally taste really, really good, taste better than the juices that you buy at the store. Now you're getting your veggies in just from juicing. It's pretty cool on like a lot of the things and ways that you realize you can start convincing yourself to eat these things. Like you just start incorporating into different ways, creative ways. And now all of a sudden you are eating kale, spinach, apples, whatever it may be. The other thing that has really, really helped me, I think this is number 9, I'm gonna say 8 or 9 or 10, just seeing how like my face is starting to clear up, how much more energy I'm starting to have. Oh, and then also like not getting sick. Like when I say that, it's crazy, y'all. Like I'm keeping track, but it's almost been a year and like me and Samaya have not been getting sick. Like knock on wood, fingers crossed, but I have literally worked in environments because I bartend sometimes. So I have worked in environments where I'm surrounded by all different types of people. Some of these people are sick, have been sick, and I'm still fine. Knowing any other time I would be laying in bed coughing with whatever bug they had. So that's another thing that you really, really can keep track of is just noticing like, dang, like I have not been getting sick. But it really makes you kind of wonder like, are these things making me sick because I'm not getting sick when I'm not eating them? So that's another big thing that really has just helped convince me these things are really good for you, or this diet or type of eating lifestyle is really meant for you. Okay, so number 8, this is the really cool thing. So if it was not for me converting into being like vegan, vegetarian, I do not think I would have ever really just tried Indian food. The first time, I believe, when me and Samaya weren't trying to eat meat, we were like, dang, like what can we eat? Like who makes, things for vegetarians? We had found like this Indian food place. And so we tried their food and we were both like, dang, like this tastes bomb. I can't even tell there's no meat or dairy in it. Like I'm really not tripping on like how the food tastes or anything. So ever since then, if y'all be watching my videos, y'all know I love me some Indian food now. So a lot of their dishes you literally can make, and it's considered like rice and beans for a lot of the things that I make with like bread. But when I say it's the best rice and beans that you'll pretty much eat, like it's some really good rice and beans. And by beans, I'm talking about the garbanzo beans, or you can call them like chickpeas. Ugh, I just love me some Indian dishes. So down to our last 2 things. So number 9, I'm a person who eats. Like for example, with my friends, I would love some of my friends to go out with them because I know they were not going to eat all their food. So I'd be like, hell yeah, girl, let's go out to eat. And then they only eat a little bit of their food. And then I'm like, yep, I'm about to go ahead and eat that. If you ask my friends, they all will attest to this. I can eat. Like I eat a lot. So the crazy thing is when I had tried doing the alkaline vegan, I really noticed that when I say I would go days where I'm eating maybe 1 to 2 things, but I'm cool and I'm not hungry, I'm just good. Like I would be good and I would be confused also because I'm like, dang, like I do like to eat, but I was just not hungry. That is another like option if you do want to kind of look into the alkaline vegan. You can also comment down below if that's something you've experienced. But when I say like you aren't that hungry, like you really just don't be that hungry. Like it's really crazy because I like to snack, eat, whatever. And I just found myself on certain days where I would eat one thing and I'm just like not feeling hungry throughout the rest of the day. This is number 10. Yay, I got 10. That's dope. Okay. A lot of people I feel like will try to say like, oh, you're not going to be able to gain weight or you're not going to be able to maintain your weight. Y'all, the only reason I have literally been losing weight is because I have been working out and fasting. If it wasn't for that, I would still not be dropping any weight eating this way. You're not gonna just be losing drastic or dramatic amounts of weight. I don't know who pretty much came up with that. Like, oh, you have to eat meat to maintain. You really don't. You're still eating beans, you're still eating nuts, you're still getting your protein in order to like keep your weight, or even if you want to bulk up. There are vegans, there are vegetarians out there who are very bulky and beastie that don't eat meat or a lot of dairy. I've been able to like maintain my weight. Like if y'all watch my videos and see what I'm eating, I have not just been losing drastic amounts of weight if it wasn't for me doing like 10K, 20K steps, linked right above. But yeah, like if it wasn't for me doing any of that plus the fasting, I would still be the same weight. And then the last thing I will add on to that is you can eat a lot doing this type of diet because you are eating a lot of fruit, you are eating a lot of veggies, you are eating like nuts and things like that. You can find yourself munching or eating more throughout the day without just gaining a ton of weight like you would if it was eating meat all day long or junk food all day long. So that is another cool thing, because sometimes I'll be like, dang, on days where I am feeling hungry, like, shoot, did I eat too much? And then I'll like check my weight and I'm still the same weight. Like nothing has changed. And it's been going on a couple of days of me doing that. That is my tips on how I've been able to pretty much convince my brain eating more vegan and vegetarian type meals. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I hope this was very informative for some of y'all. If you are thinking about converting, give me a shout out. If you have, just list what different things that you have found out to be very helpful in your journey, or how long you've been a vegan or vegetarian. And hell, if you got some good meals, go ahead and list them down below too, because I would love to check those out. Again, I'm Ashanae Shabri. If you want to keep up with my health journey, please like, subscribe, comment, and have a good day.